Hello everybody, I'm Lauren Toyota, I'm Hot for Food, back again with another recipe video for you today. We're gonna make something super delicious, super kind of trendy actually. Have you heard of nudie? G-N-U-D-I. It's like gnocchi, but it's called nudie. It sort of translates to naked ricotta, like the ravioli stuffing without the pasta. So instead of potato like gnocchi, we're using ricotta. Of course, I'm gonna make a vegan one, and flour. And it's actually fairly simple to throw together, and it's so delicious. It creates these slightly larger than gnocchi pillows, and they're nice and soft, and they've got like a squishy, delicious center. So to do this, we're gonna use the base of my tofu cream cheese as the ricotta. I've made only a couple of slight modifications, so you can follow along. And actually something I just updated, everyone was super into that herb and garlic cream cheese that I made. However, there seemed to be some confusion over what type of tofu to use. So the same thing we're going to do today is use a firm tofu, but there's two different types. There's this one that comes sort of vacuum sealed, which is a lot drier and crumblier. And there's this kind that comes what's called water packed. Now you want to use water packed for both the cream cheese and this recipe to make the ricotta. This is fine, but you're gonna get a drier, kind of more crumblier cream cheese, which maybe you like. But I would prefer you to use this kind that comes in the water. So you're gonna drain out the water, and then if it's extra moist, you're gonna just squeeze through a cheesecloth some of the excess moisture. Not all of it, just some of it. I know that's a little vague and non-descriptive. You need some moisture, but not too much moisture, because we're also going to be adding in things like lemon juice and apple cider vinegar to get it blended. And you can actually do both the cream cheese and this ricotta in a food processor or a high-powered blender. So it's whatever you have and or prefer. I actually prefer the blender personally, because it's already out on the counter. All right, so let's get started and make this nudie. So my water-packed firm tofu is only slightly watery. I drain the water. Now you'll just pat it dry with a paper towel. You don't need to squeeze it through a cheesecloth. You may get one that's slightly softer than this, even though it says firm on the package. You know, not all tofu is the same. And in that case, you can do the cheesecloth method, which you've seen me do before, where you just crumble it and then you squeeze out the excess water that way. But this looks like the exact right texture we want. Look at that. See, there's no water dripping out or anything like that. So add your tofu to a blender or food processor. Then add lemon juice, apple cider vinegar, salt, onion powder, granulated garlic powder, a little bit of white pepper, and some garlic cloves. All right, so if you are gonna do it in the blender, you're gonna need the magic baton to squish it all down there. If you do it in a food processor, you won't need to do that. You'll just need to push down the sides a couple times and start and stop the machine. So now just transfer this to a big bowl that you can mix the whole dough into, and then fold in some finely chopped green onion. And now to this, you're gonna add 1 egg with egg replacer and water and all-purpose flour. And then stir this to combine until it's a soft and sticky ball of dough. So once all the flour is incorporated and it's come away from the sides of the bowl like this, you can turn it over onto a lightly floured surface. Don't use too much excess flour, just get it nice and smooth. Cut it in half and work with one portion at a time. So now what you're gonna do with one portion of dough at a time is roll this into a log. So it's gonna be a soft dough and sticky, but it shouldn't be sticking to your hands. And you're just using a very light coating of flour here so that it doesn't stick to the counter. This log should be about 1 1/4 inch thick. Just have a bowl of semolina flour to the side, and what you're gonna do is take a tablespoon of this and coat a baking sheet with it. This will just prevent it from sticking. And then once we cut pieces of the nudie, we're gonna coat each piece in the semolina and place it on the baking sheet. Now I have a scale, which is very handy for being a recipe developer. If you don't have a scale, that's okay. I'm gonna tell you the kind of cues to look for when you're cutting these pieces. They don't have to be perfect. They are bigger than gnocchi, okay? So you're gonna cut about every 1/2 inch across this log. That should give you a piece that is around 30 grams in weight, or it looks like about 2 teaspoons or 1 inch round of a ball once you roll it into a ball. So I like weighing just because, see, so that's 28, that's fine. They don't have to be exact, but as you go half an inch across, they should be fairly similar. So just do that for this portion and then roll another log with this portion and do the same thing. So take each portion and roll it between your hands like this. You should get a fairly smooth ball with very little cracks in it. And it's a sticky dough, so you don't need to flour your hands. It should just be like slightly tacky on your hand. And you know, you're looking for a ball or like a slight egg-like shape. Coat it in the semolina. This is gonna help create like a nice outer crust or skin while the inside remains soft and tender once you cook them. So you should get between 25 and 30 nudies, or nudie, maybe it's already pluralized. You know, I really have no idea. So on your tray like this, cover it in a damp-ish tea towel, and then you need to refrigerate this for 24 hours. So the reason you're letting these rest in the fridge overnight is because this is how they get all perfect and nudie-like, because you want the gluten to just like rest and settle, you know? We made like a really delicate dough here. So trust me on this one, just be patient, throw them in the fridge, forget about it. Now, when you are ready to cook the nudie, I already have a batch that's been resting. We're gonna make the walnut sage pesto. So toast up some whole walnuts. I've already got mine toasted. So just reserve a portion of these. You're gonna chop those up and garnish the nudie with them. So place the walnuts in the food processor, along with some fresh sage, fresh parsley, some garlic. We're gonna add the zest of 1 lemon, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, salt and pepper. I'm adding pre-made vegan parm, but you could use the hot for food parm. Drizzle in the olive oil while the machine's running, and then once it's well combined, you can remove it and put it into a bowl. So you can put the pesto in the fridge until you're done cooking. Basically, don't make this too far in advance though. You can only do it when you're ready to cook the nudie because it will turn more brown, which isn't very nice. This is my rested nudie. What we're going to do is boil it, but only for like less than a minute. You're just trying to get the outer skin cooked while leaving the center intact. Then we're gonna fry up some sage leaves because that's gonna be our garnish. And then we're going to brown the nudie in a pan with garlic and shallot, and then we're ready. Guys, look at these nudie. So good. So it's a walnut sage pesto, pillowy little nudie with scallions and garlic and shallots on top. And look at that innard part. That is what you're going for here. It is like a soft little ricotta filled dumpling. It's so dumb. Oh my God. For all y'all that don't like oil and vegan butter and gluten and carbs, what are you even doing watching this channel? I cooked the sage, well, I fried these little sage leaves as the garnish till they were crispy in olive oil and butter. Vegan butter. You know, that's how they do it in Italy and all the cooking shows. I remember actually watching cooking shows growing up. Olive oil and butter in the pan all the time. I always thought, why both? But you need both. There's a different flavor profile there. And then I just kept that in the pan as I did the nudie and the garlic and shallot at the same time. And do not overcook these. Don't overcook them in the boiling water, and don't overcook them in the pan. I don't even know why I have a fork. I just like lifting them up like it's like a dip. They're still warm. I mean, if they were really hot, you'd want a fork. This is stupid. These are dumb. They're just so dumb. They're so good. Oh my God. That pesto has no basil in it. Sage and parsley, giving it a totally different, warm, cozy, fall, winter effect. This is an ultimate comfort food. A vegan comfort classic, if you will. Damn it. Just a couple of things to note here for this recipe. You can get away with using a medium firm water packed tofu, which I didn't mention off the top, and just squeeze more water out. And when you are taking the nudie out of the boiling water and placing them on a plate or a tray, just make sure you have a paper towel down there. In the shot, I didn't. Then I dabbed them right after, dabbed the nudie. Just make sure you do that because you don't want that excess water when you go into the pan to cook them. It changes the texture. Okay, y'all, make this vegan walnut sage pesto nudie. Get in the game here. You can make these for anyone and they're gonna love them. Don't even need to tell them they're vegan. They won't even know. Speaking of vegan comfort classics, I do have a cookbook that is out and available worldwide. Vegan Comfort Classics, 101 recipes to feed your face. Get it now. Okay, we got lots of great food coming up on this channel. I'm here every Wednesday, so subscribe if you're not already so you don't miss a thing. Check out hotforfoodblog.com for this recipe. It is linked below in the description as well. And all the recipes I make are there, listed in full, for free, of course. And there's all new exclusive stuff in the cookbook as well. Stuff that isn't on this channel. What else? I don't know. Next week we got something delicious. We're making bao. Not with pork, but it does look like pork. It's tasty, tasty. So, and then I've got actually, for the holidays, I'm doing some edible gift ideas for all of December. We're just amping up production over here in the Hot for Food kitchen. That is right. Okay, love you all. I hope you like this. Just dig right in. I'm already full. Who am I? This is a filling one. This is like, you know, it's a lot. But you're gonna love it. Okay, let me know what you think in the comments below. If you're posting anything on social at @hotforfood, #hotforfood. Okay, bye. One more for the road.